It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Titans and the football team, and it's coming up next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Tennessee Titans and the Washington football team. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The numbers for Jones last week, 5 catches, a touchdown to go along with 124 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
First down carry for Henry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. And right side, Henry's got it.
Che è successo?
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Ma
well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 2nd down at 7. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 44. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The numbers last week for Tunyon, 5 catches, 73 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Amo perché c'è sta. Hip.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And nothing much. Materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking to throw on second down. Chambers. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Farley.
C'è una reattività assurda, ragazzi. Cioè le Carle non si possono più lanciare.
And that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Malim, mortappoli sua.
Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And let's face it, what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is
No.
not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, is so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
first down. Chambers hitting Samuel on the slant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Gibson here running out of the gun. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They'll run with Gibson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
To throw on 2nd down. Chambers being chased out left. And he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
And when you run a drag route like this down near the goal line, you're hoping maybe you get an inadvertent pick to set your man free. A lot of people call them natural screens, but this was well defense, and they stopped him for just a short gain.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Robert Tonyan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Prater for the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach or offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And his throw here's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Tannehill.
No, lisciato.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Tannehill. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
3 intercetti erano,
See another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble. Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Rolling to his right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
Touchdown! It's complete. Robert Tonyan with his second touchdown here in this first half. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Henry again on 2nd down. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Tannehill. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations.
Like a book.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Titans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here is Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Chambers.
No! Era libero.
So Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on it. Hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Chambers. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Ho messo pure
Rice coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Titan football. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space.
No, pure c'è Young.
Don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. Second down at 5. Running left, it's Henry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
No,
coach.
so proprio una pippa.
As he's inside the 40. First down now, but that clock rolling. Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And he is out.
Ma questo riesce sempre a girarsi bene, no?
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Tannehill able to find Henry out of the backfield. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Let's go.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now it's Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
2nd down and goal. Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Tannehill. And it's caught. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation,
no, mi si era aperto il campo. One contest mancava.
25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Washington going to go on offense now late in this 1st half. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead to more issues. I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, Chambers. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete.
Ho rischiato.
That into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again. And the Titan defense steps up here and down he goes.
Fine il primo tempo. Palla mia al secondo, con calma.
Now it's 3rd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before break. Chambers flushed out right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
41 yards on the ground for him so far. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Gibson again. And he'll get it up near the 34 here.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Chambers out to his left. That'll be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
To throw again. Chambers. Open man is Samuel. Complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not his best throw. We sit right now in the third quarter. He's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And they're going to stop right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Henry. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Chambers. It's a short.
No, ma vai.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On 3rd down, Chambers.
It's
intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the return here is stopped.
Cretino io, ma tira lungo.
We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches.
È un intercetto questo quando cacchio lo tira.
You've got to learn how to finish.
Protect the football.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Derrick Henry. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 98 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. When you get him out of pad.
Cioè, gli sono dato davanti, gli sono dato. Boh, non ci credo. Niente, io con la CPU proprio non riesco a giocare.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Washington ready to try again on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there. On 1st down, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing on first down. Chambers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. If they get nothing else here on third down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Back to throw. Chambers. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, Chambers.
Not
And
bad.
his throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Set the tone, defense, let's go. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, no.
No!
It's picked up by the Titans. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sideline,
Non è possibile, questo con una corsa passa, ne fa fuori 17.
Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Over the middle to Brown. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it a second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. And his throw is...
Almeno sbaglia pure lui.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Titans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So not the strongest of kicks we've seen him make, but he gets a favorable bounce, and it's 3 points all the same.
Yeah, that was one of those where he needed the 6-iron, but he pulled out the 9-iron. That one was run out of gas quickly, but he does manage to pop it over the bar.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They go play action here on first down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one.
No, pure holding.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already.
Vabbè.
You know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off play action. Chambers sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Well, this has not been going the way that he thought prior to the game. Probably figured he'd be able to throw a few more downfield, but he's having to run around for his life back there. They've already gotten to him a number of times. They'll keep coming after him in the pass rush. My advice, shorter passes. Get the ball out of your hand.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Chambers.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Washington on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Ma guarda te, l'ha tenuto.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line.
No.
It's in the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. This is brought in by Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit.
E le crollano tutte, le crollano.
First down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again, Chambers. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, Chambers. There's McLaurin. What a catch. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown on the year. And now Washington a PAT away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line.
Che fallo il fumble, cacchio. E su, porca miseria.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. He's got the tight end Ferkser right side complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're talking about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Third and 2, Tannehill. And that's complete to Brown.
Ma questo tutto solo dove cacchio va? Dove cacchio va? Perché?
Here's Tannehill. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now Tannehill saying, let's get to the line. Throwing Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Looking deep for Julio.
40.
Incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Gibson. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On third down, here's Gibson. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now Tannehill and the Titans down 21-20, 33 seconds to go. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot. Now Tannehill. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And that will be incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving them nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over.
Fancuccolo va. CPU del cavolo. Giù.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here. They're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So it's Washington getting the victory here, and they were really held by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.